Welcome here to Musgrave Park for the opening game of the Celtic Challenge 2024. We're treated to an all-Irish contest today. It's the Clovers going up against the Wolfhounds. It should be an interesting encounter. My name is Kieran Noble, and joining me in the commentary box today is Irish Rugby Twitter legend, Aoife O'Callaghan. How are you today?
I'm not too bad, Kieran. Thanks so much for having me.
It should be a great game, great weather, and we should be in for a cracker.
Oh, it's the perfect day up here in Musgrave Park. You know, finally, Storm Garrett has officially passed, thankfully. We've got blue skies. There's a little bit of a breeze, but nothing too major, and thankfully it is dry. But we don't want to jinx that either, to be quite honest. You never know in Musgrave Park.
A big game to end the year.
Beautiful, yeah, perfect game, perfect conditions. You know, great way to wrap up 2023.
And the teams are out, as you can see, just having a little training session before we start. Be back with you in a few minutes. We've got interviews from the coaches now.
Dennis, thanks very much for joining us. Just off the bus, how are the team?
Yeah, great. We've had 3 really good sessions over the last 2 weeks, so it's a great vibe going on there, and I think they're all just excited to kind of get out on the pitch now and have a crack.
So what's the makeup of the team for you? Where are they all coming from?
So kind of a mixture of, primarily between Connacht and Munster, and then obviously we've had a few come down from the Leinster or Ulster team just to kind of fill gaps there. But it's a kind of a great mix, which is really important that we kind of get that mixture of players that are coming in and kind of develop them all around the more senior players that are already there. So it's an exciting challenge for some of them.
I mean, that's the word of it about this Celtic Challenge. It's development, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it's to expose them to these type of matches. So something like your provincial games, and obviously now, which is another step up. So that's exactly it. Is to develop these players, expose them to these type of games, and see how they get on with them. So it's and it's great that they'll have the blend of internationals that are on the field already, and obviously the younger players that we want to bring forward too. So it's a really good challenge for them.
And how's the training gone?
It's been good. It's been really good. Obviously, you're trying to get a lot done in such a short space of time, but how they've applied themselves on the pitch has been really positive. So been really impressed, and I said that to them just before we got onto the bus. They should be very proud in terms of how they've applied themselves and taken on so much information over 3 sessions. So it's looking forward now to see what they produce now on the field.
And then you're going in later in the competition and playing against Scottish and Welsh teams.
Yes, yeah. So that obviously brings another challenge. So we'll obviously ourselves will add layers onto what we can actually do. But obviously, given the time frame, we've tried to limit the information, I suppose, that we give to players. But as the competition moves on and how we analyse the opposition, we'll add layers onto our own game and go from there.
That's the job, professional coaching, huh?
That's it.
Best luck. Thanks a million.
Cheers, thanks very much.
Thanks a million for joining us. Just off the bus, how are the team?
Yeah, good. Good vibe around, and everyone's looking forward to the first game. It's a derby game, so it's exciting.
Yeah, two Irish teams. I mean, you're going to get at least 30 on display today.
Yes, it's a great opportunity. So the players are looking forward to it, and myself and Dennis have sat around like, oh, what an opportunity it is. So yeah, everyone's looking forward to the first start.
How's preparation gone for you?
Yeah, really good. Had 3 sessions, and they've got together really quickly. They've known each other a fair bit, which also helps as well. But yeah, we're just looking forward to getting started.
The name of the game is development, really, isn't it?
Yes, like there's a mixture of experience and development players within that. So it's great to have a good mixture of both, and hopefully we can develop them to progress through into some national teams.
How are they gelling?
Good, yeah. We've, as I say, we've had 3 sessions, and I've had a bit of time to kind of get to know the players a wee bit as well. So today's been good as well to travel down together and be a good group.
So they're all learning that kind of step up in professionalism as well. It's not just on pitch stuff.
Yes, it's very important. Like, we're very lucky with the background staff we have with our ID team with Greg, and he's been able to send stuff through, and we've been able to get like a bit of reliability with them as well. So it's been a really good buy-in from everybody. So
today's game is a domestic derby, I suppose, but we're looking ahead to Scottish and Welsh teams as well. How do you find out about them other than just the matches like today's match?
Pretty much we matches like today, and hopefully we'll get a bit of analysis on them. But again, for us, like, it's a great start, set the tone for where we want to get to, and we're away to Edinburgh next week, so it'll be great to hopefully get a good win today, and we can progress through.
Well, best luck.
Thank you very much.
Happy day.
And we're back. Let's go through the teams. John Fogarty has picked a strong outfit, a strong Clovers outfit. Michelle O'Driscoll has been in the form of her life in the AIL with Ballincollig, earning a start at 13. Maeve Deedy gets a run at 10 in a new experiment, with the experienced Nicole Cronin at 9. Sive McGrath starts in the front row after what has been a great 2023 for her personally. Dorothy Wall captains the side in the second row, and Faith Ovawi has been one of the standout performers in the AIL with Railway Union, earning her reward on the team today. Young playmaker Kate Flannery will be hoping she sprung from the bench later on. Aoife, is there anyone you're really looking forward to see playing today?
I think for me it has to be Michelle O'Driscoll. As fellow Cork woman, I've actually had the opportunity to play against her. Here I played for Dolphins. She was playing with Skibbereen at the time, and I think I've always seen her as someone who deserved to be up at the top. So to see her make the move to Ballincollig, I think was best for her. And to make Munster this year and now the Clovers, I think she's a star of the future, and I'm really excited to see her play. I
was covering a Railway game recently, and Ovawi was excellent. Faith Ovawi, she was excellent for Railway. I think she's got 8 tries this season. She's in great form.
I think, do you know what, I think this is the perfect opportunity to try different things, to bring in that youth and bring in the AIL players that maybe we haven't seen before and give them that opportunity. And I think it's going to bring a really fresh kind of team together for Six Nations now next year, and I think it's just an amazing opportunity just to get everyone together and get it run out together, especially before the new year.
Beth Budemer, another girl I saw playing in the under-18s last season, excellent player.
Oh, she's come up through the ranks so fast. She's so ferocious. Like, even seeing her play in the summer inter pros, she's an enigma. Like, she's just so exciting to watch, and I think seeing this youth come through, I think we've got a really good future coming through as an Irish team. I think definitely.
Now we'll go through the Wolfhounds team. Neil Alcorn has another quality team at his disposal. Interprovincial winners Leah Tarpey and Aoife Dalton make up the centres. Wicklow's Erin McConnell gets an opportunity to impress at scrum half, alongside Ireland's out half, Dana O'Brien. The experienced Linda Dewgang starts in the front row, with winning Leinster captain Hannah O'Connor leading the team. Is there anyone on the Wolfhounds team that really impresses you, Aoife?
I think just seeing the mix now between experienced players and the youth, I think once again it'll be really interesting to see how they kind of get on. For me, it has to be Sarah Delaney. I had the opportunity to interview her while she was playing WXV, and I think we got to see a little bit of kind of her shine then, and I think the fact she's given that opportunity to start now and kind of kick on, I'm really excited to see how she gets on. I think she's definitely a future hooker for Ireland for sure. And
Nikki Cohey, top scorer in the AIL this season, she's on the bench. What a player to be able to bring on.
Oh, 100%. I think it's the same with the Clovers now, and having Kate Flannery, to have someone that will bring that bit of pep and steps come the 60th, 70th minute or whenever they come on. It's good to have depth in your bench definitely as well.
Katie Whelan has been part of the Irish 7 setup, and she's focusing on the 15s at the minute. Another really exciting player.
Yeah, once again, I just think seeing the youth come through, I think this is a fantastic opportunity for them, and I can't wait to see where it all goes. So hopefully it goes well for both sides.
And what do you think about the two teams now being in the Celtic Challenge, 2 Irish teams? I know we had the combined provinces last season. They won all their games, but do you think having 2 teams is better?
I think it is, and I think it's allowing a different sort of, I suppose, mix than what we've had before. Everyone plays into pros, and you've played against each other, and you may play with people in your clubs and stuff like that, but there could be combinations that have never played together and mightn't get the chance maybe just like in Ireland itself. So it's kind of nice to kind of mix things up and do something different.
And how do you like the blend of kind of experienced players who've played for Ireland already and some girls who maybe haven't even played interprovincial rugby yet?
I think, do you know what? People have different opinions on it, but I think it's a good idea. I think it's good to have that experience there so that they have something to kind of fall back on just in case. But also I think it's to give confidence to those younger ones and to people who haven't had any sort of experience at this. It's to give them something to, I suppose, work towards in a sense, and look towards those people for any sort of advice or anything like that. It's good to have. I think it's a good mix, and I think they've leveled the playing field quite well as well.
Do you think it's a good platform for girls to maybe push on and maybe get into a Six Nations squad come April and maybe an interprovincial squad in the summer?
Oh, I think so, definitely, and I think, it had to happen. I think having the one Interpros a year, I think, it was good, but I think this gives us that opportunity to mix and match, to figure things out, to allow players that mightn't usually be seen to have that chance to kind of be seen and give them that platform. So I think it's something that has had to happen, and it's been sort of a long time coming. So, yeah, definitely exciting things in the future.
We're just waiting for the teams to come out here. The experienced Joy Neville will be in charge. It's really good that the weather has held up.
Oh, definitely. I think it makes so much of a difference here, to be fair. Nice little bit of a breeze. It's kind of dropped ever so slightly now again, which would be good. Good conditions. The 4G's in good nick, so can't complain really. Near perfect conditions, I'd say.
And Tarpey and Dalton in the centre for the Wolfhounds were excellent for Leinster throughout the Interpros. Helped Leinster get that kind of the Interpro title they were looking for so long, getting it away from Munster. But they're lined out together again today. How good is it to have cohesion in kind of some of those matchups?
I think it's necessary. I think with the amount of probably new players that they've brought in, I think it's good to have those pairings where you do know what works, kind of thing, and you do know you can have faith in some of them, and it's just bringing the team together as a whole and not feeling like you kind of maybe have to tiptoe around each other, kind of thing. It's just having that little something in the middle that everyone kind of work in and towards, kind of thing.
I was talking to Sive McGrath a couple of months ago, and the year she's had, the 2023, it's been ridiculous. She just did her leaving cert. She made her international debut while she was in 6th year. Then she made her debut for Ulster in the summer. It's crazy stuff, really.
It's a little bit backward, a little bit going from Irish straight into Ulster. But Jesus, it makes me feel, thinking back to when I did my leaving cert, it's like I was so not achieving like I wanted to. So it's great to see though. And again, it's just giving the youth the opportunities, I think, has been massive.
And it looks like they're about to come out. Dorothy Wall leading out the Clovers. A stalwart of Munster already, Dorothy Wall, isn't she?
Oh, big time. I think she's the perfect person to captain this team. I couldn't imagine anyone else captaining them, to be quite honest.
AIL winner Hannah O'Connor leading out the Wolfhounds.
Oh, it's great to see her back. I still think about that kick in the pouring rain there over to win them that match in the Six Nations a couple of years ago. It's great to see her get this opportunity again.
We're so lucky to have two great teams, so many great players. To be able to see it just before the new year, it's a brilliant way to finish 2023.
Oh, big time. And it's great to give people a taste of women's rugby so that they can look forward to Six Nations now come April and stuff. And there's so much more to come, with this only being the first match, there's so much more to come, for sure.
Got the Wolfhounds on the left and the Clovers on the right. And it'll be Dan O'Brien to get us underway. Another young player who's made that 10 jersey her own in Leinster and Ireland already.
Big time.
And we're underway. That's taken in well. That's a big carry to get us started. But it looks like that one has been fumbled. A chance for Aaron McConnell to get a touch early on. To O'Brien. They're putting it through the hands. O'Connor with the kick. And who said forwards can't kick?
As a fellow forward, I do like my little punts every now and again. Just do not tell Damien, my coach.
Tyke Furlong is prone to throwing the boot out the odd time as well.
Josh Vanderfleer's done it a couple of times as well, I'm fairly sure.
Beth Buttimer, we were talking about her before, her first throw in of the day. She'll be just looking to hit her darts and get some confidence up. And she has done that perfectly.
great to see Ruth Campbell in that setup as well, even though she's our little sneaky Leinster player. She did so well in the Inchpro, so it's good to see her get her shot as well.
Cronin playing at scrum half today. Plays a lot of 10, but the scrum half today. Here's Bean. Our Clark, Amy Clark, got loads of speed. She's been unreal for Railway the last couple of seasons in the AIL. Scored 3 tries in the Interpro with Leinster this season as well. But she just showed glimpses of what she can do when she gets the ball there.
Yeah, 100%. I think they need to settle. I think Clovers, they still need their time to just kind of take a breather. It's always those first 5 minutes, though, finding her kind of positioning.
And just looking at the team sheet, is there any team that you think has the upper hand, or is it very much 50-50?
I want to say 50-50, but I just think experience-wise, I think the Wolfhounds probably have it ever so slightly. I think it's definitely going to be close. You know, but I feel like just with the team the Wolfhounds picked, they were going kind of strong from the outset. But I think we do have some really strong players though on the Clovers at the same time. So you know, it's going to be very interesting to see.
Just having a few problems with that scrum, but they finally got it out to Cronin. Interesting to see her playing scrum half today as well.
Yeah, so it's good to see her back though at the same time. You know, like she's been kind of.
That's lovely hands. But as I say that, commentator's curse.
Yeah,
but a little bit of nerves maybe.
Oh, I think definitely, yeah. Do you know, it's always those first 5-10 minutes of the game, you'll always be trying to find your feet and trying to match up to your counterpart across.
And do you
the
think
pitch
some of the players are eager to impress?
Oh, I think so. I think. Well, I was going to say the young ones, but like.
Well, you're obviously you never want to go out and play bad. I suppose,
no, exactly. Yeah. I think definitely. I think they'll be trying to make their mark from probably the onset, but at the same time, you don't want to go out of the blocks too quickly. That it comes the 40th, 50th minute, and you're blowing like so.
McConnell with the put in. Led Wicklow to the conference title last season. A proud moment for the club. Great to see her getting her opportunity. That's a strong scrum though. Been pushed well by the Clovers. And they're just the little moments at the start of games, aren't they, at the set piece?
Yeah, it's setting a precedent, you know, being able, like, especially for, I suppose, the younger front row that the Clovers will kind of have, you know, showing that, you know, we can, you know, step up to the mark.
Beth Buttimer's only 18, I think, and Sive McGrath's 19, so it's crazy.
Mental. It's mental. No, I've had my eye on Beth now for a while, so it's good to see her doing so well. I know she's great friends with Lucia Lynn, who would have played with us here in Dolphin before she went over to the UK. So I've kind of had my little eye on her. So to see her doing well, just seeing the young ones do well, it makes it 100%.
Cronin with the feed. Tui's got it at the back. Cronin to her out half, looking for space, but Bean will tidy this one up. She's looking for a bit of room. She gets away. Nervy stuff. O'Connor, the captain, with a big carry, but she's dealt with well by Gorman. There's a battle going on at that breakdown, and I think it was Waldron.
Really good turnover. I think putting that pressure early on, I think is going to stand them, even just confidence-wise. I think definitely, you know, just kind of showing them that like they are here to kind of make their own mark in the game.
And Maeve Deely playing 10, like, it is a bit of an experiment. We're so used to her playing full-back or maybe winger.
Yeah.
To see her playing at 10, what do you think of that?
Do you know what? I just think this is the prime opportunity for them to try stuff. Do you know, I think it's either now or never, do you know, in a sense. Do you know, like you see them play AIL, and, you know, sometimes you get like in a team where you are in your position and you won't get the chance to move. So to have people try out different things, you know, you see it with Frawley and Leinster now and stuff like that, trying out a couple of different positions. So to kind of see a bit of movement, I think will definitely stand to us.
Big opportunity for them to launch something here. That's really well taken down by Campbell.
Oh, she was just like this in the Inchbros game there against Munster back in the summer.
Tui has it at the back. They're looking to edge closer, but they take it out. They go for the fancy rugby. It doesn't really come off, and now McConnell has it. The Wicklow woman's all on her own, though. It was Dalton, actually, I think. It's a lovely pass. Now O'Brien. She has twinkling feet. That's lovely. Hands to Dalton. Been one of the standout performers in Irish rugby for the last while, Aoife Dalton.
Big time.
They're looking for a quick ball here. They're upping the tempo. O'Brien. Great hands again. They're all getting involved. O'Connor to her winger, Clark. O'Connor juggles with it and she's got it back. They're very close now. Jugang tips it on. A try's looking imminent at the moment.
It's great to see them actually moving the ball and, not kind of hitting up. Knock on.
A knock on the ground. It looked like Hannah O'Connor was lining up to barge over there.
Yeah.
Having a back row like that though of O'Connor and Hogan, it's amazing, isn't it?
Oh, it's just, it's great to see them back together again, back in, I was going to say an Irish jersey, but technically it's not an Irish jersey, but, back playing professional rugby again together, especially for Hannah. I think, that little break she kind of have, it's good to see her back in, and I think just being that voice as well, I think, just being that captain, being that the leadership she shows, it's great to have.
And do you think an exit is kind of the main objective for Clovers here? Get rid of the ball?
100%, yeah. Get it out of there, I'd say, for sure.
Be interesting to see who steps up to kick it. Will Daly take the responsibility? That's another strong scrum though from the Clovers. They're keeping it in for as long as possible to milk that penalty, and they've done just that.
Clover scrum is looking good. Looking really good, I think.
Is it that experience though of Jugang in there? Maybe against some of the younger girls, having a girl like her that has that power and just...
But I think also it's great because it means that they're kind of eyeing her up and being like, this is my chance to kind of show you.
That's the level I want to get at. No, that's the level I want to get to. Jugang is kind of one of the most experienced players in Irish rugby, so...
They're being given this opportunity as well to take her on, I think, more than... because you don't see her playing club games and stuff like that, so it's good to see her getting the chance to line up against her.
It was actually the young... Clover's doing really well here. And they go to the skies. That's a big boot. Clark to Bean. Bean has a bit of open road, but she's hit well by Gorman. There's a big carry from Barrett. Side McGrath getting stuck in there.
I think also it's great to see that they're not shying away from the contact either. They're hitting hard, even the backs. They're not kind of picking and choosing. It's great to see that they're going full throttle into it.
And Daly kicks it deep into the corner, just on the 22. Buttermer's been good from that line out so far.
So far, yeah, she's looking good. On the pairing of even with the choice of Ruth Campbell to jump as well. Ruth Campbell's been great in the air.
Were you expecting Dorothy Wall to be the go-to there? Are you a bit surprised?
A little bit, but I think I remember seeing how well Ruth Campbell played, especially in line-out and mauls for Leinster there back during the summer. I think she's a great asset to have. She's also
and Campbell again, solid as a rock.
Yeah, she's got that height difference, I think, on Dorothy, just ever so slightly, that she kind of goes up maybe a bit quicker as well. And
the Clovers are fancying it a bit here. They're keeping it in.
Yeah.
Cronin takes it out. That's a big carry by Waldron. Or Henshaw-esque, I was going to say. Here's McGrath, the Donegal woman. Here's O'Dowd. Dealey. To Waldron. But she's put into touch well by Wafer and O'Connor. Really good game though so far.
Really good. They're looking really well, and I think they're quite evenly matched.
50-50
well.
really.
Very much, yeah. I think coming in, I was kind of, I don't want to say worried, some that's a bit extreme, but I was interested to see how the scrum would go. Would Wolfhounds kind of dominate because they have that like more experienced pack, but they don't look like it. It's fairly evenly matched, to be fair. I knew it though. I knew the minute I saw Ruth Campbell on that team sheet, I was like, maul time and line out time, I was like, she's going to fly it. Because she's just so aggressive when she's, controlling that maul.
And she put loads of pressure on that line out there. Delaney just about tidied it up.
She's not afraid to get stuck in, for sure.
Delaney, another young player who's had an amazing 2023.
Oh, she's a star. Sarah Delaney, she's one of the most lovely girls you can meet as well. I had the pleasure of talking to her there just after WXV. And just even her talk about her experience, you could just see how much she loves the game and how much of an how delighted she is to get this opportunity.
I think she was part of that Port Dara team that was.
Yeah.
Them and Wicklow were fighting it out for Leinster titles for years.
And she's also one of the few that made that first Irish under-20s team as well, which is on the come up.
And again, I was just a bit unlucky.
Oh yeah, I just think she landed awkwardly, and look, these things happen, She can't be perfect all the time.
O'Dowd and O'Connor were just giving each other a friendly hug there.
Oh.
Which jersey do you prefer?
Do you know what? I actually prefer this is coming from Munster woman now, bear in mind. I actually prefer the blue and white. They had such funky names. I thought they could have done a little bit more, but do you know what though? In person, I think they look a lot better. In fairness, but no, I think the whole navy white.
And there's another dominant scrum from the Clovers. McGrath's fancying it. She's not scared.
Oh, big time. Which is, I think, it's really good to see. I think it's great to see that they're not afraid to take these people on. At the same time,
And do you think, with the amount of young players we're kind of blooding in at the moment, that the good times will come for Irish rugby?
I think so. Do you know what? I think you have to have these periods. Like we had the golden age. I know the likes of Fee Hayes and all will hear
Fiona
me saying
Coughlin
this now.
well.
They're going to kill me for calling them the golden age. They're not that old. But I just think, every team goes through this. And I think we are, as you said, blooding in a really good group.
And Campbell's solid again. She's been perfect so far. That was ripped well. And the Wolfhounds have it back. O'Brien will look to get rid of it. Gonna go straight in the hands. Here's Waldron. She's been very active in the first 10 or 15 minutes. They've got a penalty advantage. Here's O'Dowd. Plays her rugby in Old Belvedere.
It's great to see they're not afraid to use the width and to use the width of the pitch and stuff. To move that ball, not just crash up. And it's the same on both sides, to be fair. It's great to see them trying to get that run out.
But it really has been the battle of the forward so far, hasn't it?
So far, yeah. 100%.
The set piece, the scrum, the line out.
100%.
And it's probably the Clovers that are
dominating, yeah. And I hate to have, put them down when I first came on or whatever, but they're honestly, they're really surprising me. And it's really, really great to see. See, they've got a good setup, so new elbows with the amount of players they've
Fiona Hayes is back now too.
Yeah. She actually
a born winner.
Yeah, she actually coached me when I played with UCC back in the day. Great coach, honestly. She introduced me. She was my first rugby coach because I only took it up in college, and
Another strong scrum. Cronin
she taught me so much.
puts it in behind. There was a bit of juggling going on there, but Bean has it. O'Brien, she's so reliable. You know she can get you out of trouble.
Oh yeah, definitely. Big boot on her for sure. And she's definitely lucky, I'd say, with the wind, the fact it's dropped so much, that she doesn't have that kind of playing against her, so she's comfortable to kick as well.
But who's had the upper hand in this kind of first quarter? It is the Clovers, would you say?
I'm saying, the Clovers, I think, especially, well, it's hard to kind of call because there has been so many lineouts and so many scrums. They're not getting too much open play as of yet. But lineout-wise and scrum-wise, Clovers for sure. And Beth Buttimer's throwing has been completely on the mark as well.
Excellent. They mix it up this time. Starty Wall, who went up.
Oh, is it crooked? Right, I might have just accidentally jinxed Beth Buttimer, so my apologies.
You're getting used to this commentary gig already. You're already putting curses on people.
Oh, apologies.
Now it's Delaney's turn. And it's the Captain O'Connor who'll go up, but that's a bit messy. Where is it going to land? McConnell jumps on it. There's Jugang. O'Brien uses the boot again. That one's hanging.
Oh, lucky.
Just a bit of mixed messaging there. I feel like they didn't know who was going to collect that ball. Somebody should have called for it, claimed it.
Look, these things happen. You know, sometimes in the heat things, these things happen. Sometimes like that, when the ball hangs ever so slightly in the air, it's kind of judging when it will actually drop.
But you can see that it is all going through O'Brien for the Wolfhounds.
Yeah.
She's orchestrating everything with the boot. She's kind of putting them in different areas of the pitch.
But it's good to see as well. It's good to see that there is strong leadership in that back line, and that there is, you know, I think having a strong out half that's able to give you direction, I think is key for cohesiveness within the back line. So I think it's very good to see.
Delaney got a try on her Irish debut, remember, in the WXV3s.
Crooked again.
And we've had a couple of crooked lineouts.
It's good to see Joy Neville back refereeing as well. Sure, so he's seen her up in the TMO box. It's great to see her back out in the pitch.
Buttermer's going to get a chance. It's Wall that goes up. A little bit of an overthrow, but McGrath's there to tidy it up. And look at her driving those legs.
Big drive.
Here's Wall. Nice little tip on. That nearly came off. That little centre link up.
So close, so close.
And do you think at the minute that's the problem for both sides? It's just that that finishing kind of touch.
It's just small margins. Like, there hasn't been anything overly major that we can point out so far.
And now here come the Wolfhounds trying to put it through the hands. And Jugang decides she's going to carry it up. Here's Wafer. And the gate was open.
Break.
She spotted the door was wide open.
Back for penalty.
Really good from Aaron McConnell there to spot.
Oh, great.
The
great
gate at the
width,
ruck was wide open, and she was going straight through it.
Straight through. It's great to see the heads up rugby being played as well, that they are spotting those little bit of gaps, giving them the time to kind of realign themselves and whatnot.
Well, two great coaches in John Fogarty, Munster legend,
Yeah.
and Neil Alcorn. Been coaching Malone he was coaching Malone women for a while, and Ulster for a bit too.
Yeah.
Big chance now for the Wolfhounds.
Yeah.
That was O'Connor,
Good line out.
O'Brien. I'm really looking forward to seeing Tarpey and Dalton. Here is Dalton, as I say her name. O'Brien getting those feet working. Putting it through the hands, Dalton. That was a good tackle though by Campbell. And now there's a fight going on at the ruck. A dog fight. And it's the Clovers who come out on top.
Big turnover there. Big turnover. Beth Buttimer again getting absolutely stuck into it.
Well, as I said earlier, I remember her being a back row in under 18s, and now she's a hooker, so
Yeah.
she can do a bit of everything.
Bit of everything. She's one of those magic forwards. Dynamic.
Two
you'd say.
tries this season in the AIL as well with the UL Bows.
She's star in the making. 100%.
How good is it for a young player like her to have a Fiona Hayes who's been there, done that,
Yeah. Oh,
like,
I
as our
think,
coach?
I think it's brilliant to have, and I think just to even have someone that you get those stories off about the days of when she played, Munster in Ireland, and to have someone to go to for advice on what her next step might be, and whatnot.
And Wall takes that one. Waldron pumping the legs. Been really impressed with her. Wall getting really involved now. The captain's influence. Hellman wasn't quite ready for that one.
No, do you know what? And it's little things. I think they're maybe up a little too fast. Need to maybe take that step back and realign themselves ever so slightly.
The scoreline's 0-0, but I feel it's not a fair reflection on the
I
type
think,
of rugby
100%.
we've watched so far.
100%. I think, it's just been little things. I think they're really evenly matched. I think genuinely it's just little bits and pieces, which I think you see in every sort of game. Do you know? So lights are on now. It's getting a little dark.
As long as it doesn't get much colder, I'll be all right.
Can't promise that, unfortunately. It is Musgrave Park.
I brought the big coat just in case anyway. Cronin with the feed. And they're looking, you can see every time they just want to keep the ball in that extra second just to assert their dominance a little bit. Where's that one going to land? But Dalton did really well there, watching it all the way. Brilliant by Dalton.
Massive carry from her.
She had her eyes all over that when it was in the air.
Big time, yeah.
O'Brien again, going to that trusted boot. Cronin takes it. Here's Corey. We haven't seen much of her so far, but she gets a chance to do a bit of running. Here's O'Dowd. She's always willing.
Always willing to take contact.
Tui with the carry. Shouts of offside, but not according to Joy Neville. Here's Waldron. Have the Wolfhounds got in over that one? Buttimer. It's a fierce contest at that breakdown though.
Oh, massive contest. But you know what, it's great to see that everyone's well able to rock and is not afraid to get kind of stuck in, even the backs, do you know.
Here's Corey. This is good discipline, though.
Yeah, there's been no
From both
no major,
sides.
Yeah, nothing major so far anyway.
The Clovers not making any mistakes with the ball, and the Wolfhounds staying disciplined enough not to give away a penalty. But as we say that, I think it was Linda Jugang who got in over that one.
Yeah.
What do you think coaches are looking for in games like this? What are some of the key points?
I think, because this is all so new, I think it is mostly just trying people out in different positions and trying different combinations. I think this is one of the few opportunities where you do get the chance to do it, and maybe mix match players that you've never had together before, like especially with the mix of it being Connacht Munster and then Leinster Ulster. Like you've a lot of probably Munster and Leinster players playing together, be it in Railway or in Bowls or whatever. Like they mightn't cross paths with the Connacht players as much, so it's good to have a bit of choice. But it's mostly just to bring choice into the Irish team come Six Nations time in March April kind of time-ish, but yeah, I think it's mostly, for me, it's just that, allowing like players that may not have had the chance to get capped and may not have the chance to play into the pros, giving them that chance to kind of come up and get that experience, I think is the most.
And what did you think of the WXVs? Like, were you a fan of it, and do you think it was good?
I thought it was good, but I think like we were down in the third tier, which was unfortunate, but I think we were miles ahead of the other team. It would have probably made more of a difference to us if we were in tier 2 and we had a bit more competition. Like our only competition kind of came in when we played Spain, so I think it's great to win. It was a great boost of confidence, but I think if we were in tier 2, it maybe would have stood to us, I'd say, a little bit more. But look, it was the first time it's gone on, and I suppose the girls got a lovely trip out to Dubai for it, so they're not complaining too much. But I think this Celtic challenge might stand a little more than the WXV.
O'Brien. That's lovely rugby. Dalton to Clark. Wafer. Can the Wolfhounds make it count now? O'Brien to Marley. What a story she has. Playing Gaelic football with her ma.
But sure, that's like the story of Vicky Wall, going from football to AFL to now Sevens. I think it
multi-talented.
Just shows, yeah, and it just shows how accessible rugby is, no matter what sport you come from.
And Natasha being Dalton. O'Brien. Maybe they ran out of ideas a little bit there, didn't know what to do.
I'd say, it's been half an hour. Like that half an hour absolutely flew, but I think it's time they might be probably puffing a little bit. I think when you have that slight stoppage, you do have to kind of realign yourself and kind of fall back into the flow of it ever so slightly.
It's been a busy calendar for them, though. The Inter-Pros, then leading into the WXVs, and now this. And after this competition, it will be the Six Nations. So
it's great to see, though. I think women's rugby is only getting bigger. You can see from like looking at England and how they sold out Twickenham, and it's getting bigger, and it's great to have the opportunity that we can put these things up on streaming platforms and on TV, so that we're giving Irish women's rugby to the world. And like even looking at the intros, you saw how close the intros got during the summer. Like trying to do the stats of it being like, if Connacht won but Munster lost, Connacht would have won it then. It was all so close, so it's great. It can
only benefit us.
100%. And give that opportunity for more people just to watch it, I think, is the main thing.
That's a good line out. Toohey with the carry. Cronin just getting organised. Who's going to claim this one? It's Niamh Marley.
Big hit.
She was looking to make a break there, you could see her, but she was dealt with well. Fiona Chute. to Barrett, to O'Connor. Was that a little bit on the dangerous side? Joy Neville doesn't think so. O'Brien to Dalton. She's always lurking, Dalton, always looking for that little opportunity.
Feels like she's nearly on every little corner. But it's great to see an outside centre.
And that's lovely rugby.
Oh.
Through they go. But again, when the Wolfhounds get close, the Clovers come, they get in over that ball, and they close the opportunity down. I think it was Wafer with the break. She looked as if she was a little bit on her own, didn't really have support.
They're just so quick to get into that ruck. Do you know, and in fairness to them, it's whoever's closest. It's not like we'll just guarantee forwards are in there. It's no one's kind of afraid to get stuck in, which is really great to see.
But do you think at the minute, it's just how they're having one-off runners that maybe are going off on their own, but they don't have maybe those one or two players beside them that if they can just connect with them, the try would come.
I think just from watching now here, like it feels like Clovers need to be communicating that a little bit more. You can even see them when they're setting up a defensive line. You know, everyone the whole way out is talking to each other, and I feel like we're not seeing that maybe as much maybe on the Wolfhounds side, which is kind of interesting to see. So yeah, I just think maybe they are taking off and seeing that gap, but as you said, they don't have someone on their hip because you always need to bring at least one.
It's happened a couple of times.
It has, yeah.
Aoife Wafer there, and then we had it with Aaron McConnell earlier. Like it's happened on a couple of occasions where maybe if they just had that one person beside them,
just that
one
offload, yeah. Because it's there. That's the thing. Like the space is there for them, but because they're taken off by themselves, like they're hit, and the Clovers are so fast into those rocks that like it's then kind of nearly illegitimate in a sense.
Of course, this is a 6-team competition. 2 Irish teams. And next up for the Wolfhounds is a trip to Edinburgh. And the Clovers host West Wales in Energia Park.
No, I think it's going to be a really interesting competition, and it's great to see the likes of Scotland and Wales step up and bring in teams that, like, we've been lucky that we've had the provincial setups. You know, they haven't kind of had that in Scotland, especially. Like, they've had to make an Edinburgh team and make a Glasgow team. You know, so it's great to see that they kind of took that step, and you know, if this continues, you know, what might come out of it. You know,
Daly misses touch.
Are we looking at a URC maybe in the future sort of thing? So definitely, it's really interesting.
Daly missed touch there, but it didn't work out too bad in the end. Again, a little bit isolated at the breakdown from the Wolfhounds, and the Clovers are on it. And from your perspective, I know you're rugby mad on Twitter, and like you play rugby obviously yourself, but is that something you'd like to see, a URC type competition?
I think if we want to get to the level that England's at, we have to. I think the Interpros is great, and I think WXV is great, and this Celtic Challenge is great, but I think it needs to expand to something more so that the opportunity is there to play more games.
Campbell, good in the line out again, but that's a little bit better from the Wolfhounds. Fighting back.
Campbell directs that maul very, very well.
And where's that ball going to land? And there's a big chase on. McInerney has it. She basketball style throws it up. It's a bit helter-skelter at the moment.
A little bit, yeah.
Here's Wall. She always makes the yards. Here's Budimer. They're nearly in that 22. Hellman just gets over that 22. The Wolfhounds seem to be set a little bit better, but as I say that, there's O'Dowd. She looked like she was away. Budimer to her centre. Where is that ball?
Oh, they turned it over.
O'Brien manages to kick it out. Corey, she gives it. It's heating up here now. Waldron. I was about to call an O'Driscoll try. An O'Driscoll playing 13 scoring tries. We've heard that one before.
Oh.
And here's the out half. McInerney running out of room. She pops it up to O'Dowd, but I don't think that one's going to count.
Ever so slightly in touch, I think.
But O'Dowd, she's been excellent, hasn't she?
Oh,
like a
excellent.
wrecking ball. She's just smashing the place up.
It's great to see that big burst of energy from Clovers there. It was really, really great to see.
O'Driscoll, you talked about it at the start. Yeah. She really got involved there. I thought she was over.
Oh, I would have been in tears. No, I wouldn't have been in tears.
I could see you jumping a little bit. You're getting a bit excited, but
oh no, in fairness, I've known Michelle the last couple of years, and she's a fantastic player. Like when we watched her in Skibbereen and played against her in Skibbereen, you know, she was unbelievable, and we knew there had to be more for her. And then she had the opportunity to vice captain the mixed senior team in the Tag World Cup during the summer. So, you know, just rugby is her life basically, and it's so great to see. You know, and she was so close to winning a medal there in the World Cup there back in August. They were unfortunately just beaten, but it's great to see her doing so well, and I think it's definitely well deserved.
Delaney, this is a pressure line out if there ever is one, but O'Connor has it. Exactly the person you need. Yeah.
Taking command. Again, you see Ruth Campbell getting absolutely stuck into those moles, not afraid to mess things up a little bit for them, make it hard for them.
The disruptor.
Yeah.
A classic second row.
Big time.
And O'Brien, that boot gets them out of trouble every time. That was lovely rugby. Here's McInerney. She's really starting to get into the game now too.
I think our backs have finally gotten a little bit more comfortable, that they're not afraid to kind of take the runs at it, take those steps.
Here's Waldron. Waldron's away.
So that's one thing, again, I think the Wolfhounds might have been lacking there about 10 minutes ago, is that they didn't have the support of their team. They let those one-off runners, whereas the Clovers are kind of keeping everything fairly compact, even when a break happens.
O'Dowd lining up again. Ready to make the carry. The legs are pumping, but they've lost that one. O'Brien finds touch, and they're really under the pump now at the minute, the Wolfhounds.
It's just been 40 minutes of really good rugby. Like this half has absolutely flown by. And again, it's 50-50. Like I'd say there won't be much in it come full time. Getting a little bit chilly up here, not gonna lie at the moment.
They need to get a heater up here or something. But Buttimer,
Ruth Campbell again, brilliant take.
So reliable, and look at that maul.
Big maul,
it's
big
coming,
maul.
A steam train. It's gathering the meters. They're gonna have to take it out now, or are they? They're milking it for every second here, every metre. Wall to Waldron. Bit of a blind pass, that one.
Wolfhounds maybe a little bit slow to react in that first maul, I think. Felt like
Caught them by surprise maybe a little bit.
I think they didn't fully commit, I'd say, in the first instance.
But having the power of Darty Wall in there,
it's showing, yeah, I think. But I think with Beth Butler, I think Ruth Campbell has been fantastic in these mauls. So she's not afraid to kind of direct and pull.
Throw herself about.
Completely, yeah. Completely.
Same again though, would you say? A maul?
Oh,
Beth Buttimer?
Yeah.
Hit the dart is the first job,
yeah.
I always think in these situations, but go again.
I don't want to make any comments on her throw just yet, but she's been playing fantastically, in fairness. She's so athletic for a hooker as well. She's around that pitch completely.
Campbell again. Solid as you like. Buttimer has it at the back. It's edging closer. Is it going to go all the way? Oh yes it is. Beth Buttimer gets the first try of the game, putting the Clovers into the lead.
Deserved, 100% deserved. I think it's been a long time coming. I think for Beth to tap it down, I think truly deserved. She's been everywhere on this pitch.
Is it going to go all the way? Oh yes it is. I knew when I watched her in the Easter, I knew she was a star for the future. And the first attempt for Dealey. Be interesting to see how she gets on.
Wind has dropped once again, so I'd say perfect kicking conditions in fairness.
And just before the half-time break. Fiona Hayes would have loved that one. That's a beaut.
Oh,
it looked like it was going to make it.
Just wide.
And just on that, it's half time. Beth Buttimer with the only try, but it's been an exciting first half.
Oh, completely. And I think I think it's going. It just shows
no, we have one more play. I thought that was it, but
there's about 25 seconds left.
25 seconds.
About, give or take.
But O'Brien will get us back underway. One more chance.
I think it's a bit of a sigh of relief for the Clovers with the pressure they've been putting on the Wolfhounds.
And that's a really good restart from O'Brien, kicking it nice and deep, putting the Clovers under pressure. But that was a good carry from McInerney. They'll set up for an exit, no doubt.
Yeah, we're hitting 40th now, so I'd say this is last play.
Here's Wall. Just making that big carry to make the exit a little bit easier. But look at that.
Oh, turnover.
Tarpey gets on it. And will the Wolfhounds score before the break?
Not looking good for Nicole Cronin as she's on the ground.
Joy Neville just calling a halt to proceedings to make sure Cronin's okay. When you see a player like that, it's trouble. Player welfare is, of course, the most important thing.
This is not what you want to see, especially when she's just back from injury.
It's been a tough time for her.
Just been desperately unlucky.
That's one of the downsides to sport, though, I suppose.
Yeah.
You can be either really lucky or really unfortunate.
100%.
Hughes is on the bench, of course, for them. Replacement scrum half from Railway.
Again, another experienced player, so at least there's no pressure putting someone who's completely green maybe in.
Kate Flannery is someone on the bench that I am so excited.
Oh,
so excited to see.
Her and then her brother's doing very well for himself up in Ulster, I think the two of them.
Don't forget about Alan now too.
2 at halves in one family. Oh, does that sound familiar?
Yeah.
Hopefully it's just a twist and maybe nothing too serious. Great to see Derville on the sideline after doing her ACL.
Well, what a great player to have in your management team.
Oh, 100%, and having her so young as well, I suppose be that youth that the young ones can kind of go to as a coach, and feeling that they have someone who has been in their line of work recently that they can kind of connect with, I think is brilliant.
And then for the Wolfhounds, you have Michelle Claffey.
Another great player.
And we are going to see a substitute.
Hopefully it's nothing major now for Nicole Cronin.
Hughes coming in. Eliza Hughes.
Once again, the 4G taking its next victim, unfortunately.
That's what happened to me. That's why I'm on the crutches. But a great platform here for the Wolfhounds to launch something.
Yeah. It's kind of all or nothing for them now if they want to level the playing
O'Connell
field
with the
for running in.
feed, but look at that push from the Clovers. Hogan. Wafer calling for it, lining herself up. It's Jugang who gets it first. They need to stay composed here, the Wolfhounds. Can they get something before the break? They're driving hard. Can they get it down though? McConnell. I think that was O'Connor with the carry. That's been knocked on by Marley. Kick it is the screams from the crowd, and that's exactly what they're going to do. It's 5-0 to the Clovers here at half time. But what a half of rugby.
Oh, it's been brilliant. I think the Clovers have been dominating. It's from how far you can see, and I think that scrum especially, I had my doubts, I'd say, going into it maybe, that they were the less experienced, but I think they've really stepped up to the plate, in fairness to them.
Sive McGrath, O'Dowd, Budimer, they've been excellent.
Oh, brilliant. And such, when you think about it, it's such a young front row to go up against the likes of Linda Jungyang and not be afraid to kind of push her out of it. It's been really great to see.
So
and
that's
another big half ahead for sure.
That's all from us, and we'll catch you in the second half. 5-0 in that first half. The Clovers are up. And now we're getting ready for the second. It's getting dark here in Cork.
Yeah, the days are definitely shorter.
I always find this fascinating when one team goes out way ahead of the other.
Yeah. Because it's cold out there as well, so sure you wouldn't want to be standing around for too long.
Both teams have really good benches. Maeve Clennigan and Hannah Wilson, both Irish under-20s, could possibly come in.
Yeah, and you know what, it's just great that these under-20s are getting the opportunity to come in, you know, and that it's been set up for them so that they can be that bloodline into the Irish team in the future, you know. I met Lucia Lynn, who's also one of the Irish under-20s, just down along there on my way back up again, and they have a camp I think this weekend, she was saying, so it's good to see that they're getting in and getting the chance to kind of get together so they can be, I think there's like a Six Nations kind of festival for them, kind of similar to what they did for
like
the 18s.
April time kind of?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. So, you know, it's good to see that they're getting the chance to get together before that.
And here come the Clovers. They're making the Wolfhounds wait, but here they are. Captain Dorothy Wall leading them out. And it will be Maeve Deely to get us restarted. And for those who weren't with us, Eliza Hughes came in before the halftime break for Nicole Cronin. Here's Corey.
Clovers are going to want to have a really
And the
good
door
game
was
here.
wide open.
She's away.
She's been playing great for Railway this season in the AIL. But again, it's a little bit what we talked about in the first half.
Yeah.
The door was wide open, they go, but they have nobody with them.
Now, she did have one or two kind of on the right. So she did have that support. If she did go down, they would be able to straight in for that ruck. But again, you know, the Wolfhounds are back in a little quicker this time than probably last half.
I've been really impressed with her this year. Avawi. And it would be Delaney to throw in her first line out of the second half. Looks like Emer Curry has come in as well for the Wolfhounds. Looks like she's come in since the break. And she's going to get up for this first line out. O'Brien.
Big carry. Really big carry.
Look at Wafer go. No messing, pumping those legs. A lovely little kick through from Tarpey. They're in that 22. A little bit of a pep in their step. But as I say that,
great steal from Michelle O'Driscoll.
here's Wall with a big carry. Hughes. Looks like Marta's come in as well for the Wolfhounds at the halftime break. This is really good from the Clovers. And they get it out. One more pass. Here's McInerney. Here's Corey. Just bringing them up to halfway. Here's Wall, but she's hit hard. Wafer's really getting into it, isn't she, for the Wolfhounds?
Big time. I think she'll be interested this half. They did go in and get that little bit of what we need to fix, what we need to change going forward so that we are back kind of level again.
And O'Brien using the boot. And it's kicked back, a little bit of kick tennis. And is O'Brien going to serve up another one? Where's that going to land? It's bouncing everywhere.
That's why you never let a ball bounce on the 4G. You never know where it's going to go.
If you're listening, young rugby players, you've heard it here first.
Yeah, heard it here first. Never let a ball bounce.
Hellman. She's taken well. Just manages to get to ground. Here's Campbell, the person you were really impressed with.
Oh, she's just so impressive. And I knew it from when watching her Leinster during the summer. Do you know?
There's O'Driscoll. A little bit scrappy. Here's O'Dowd. Was really throwing herself around in that first half.
Wolfhounds are really committing physically.
And there's a good block down. Marley's trying to regather it. Plays a little bit broken. This could be an opportunity for the Wolfhounds. Here's O'Connor. And look at O'Connor go. Powering her way into the 22.
Fair play to Corey, not afraid to kind of get stuck in.
It's on here, I think, for the Wolfhounds if they can get a bit of quick ball.
Yeah.
McConnell wants it. They're trying to get in and disrupt that. Look at her.
Again.
Campbell working hard.
That
and she's
turnover.
won them the penalty. And look how pumped up she is.
Oh, she hasn't since the first minute. She's just been non-stop. It's brilliant to see, though. It's brilliant to see that passion. But you can even see like how fast Clover's defence is up and how organised they are. For someone maybe at the start we were kind of saying that they hadn't the experience. How organised in defence they are is just, it's so great to see.
Campbell was in the squad for the WXVs, I think, but she didn't play.
Yeah, I think she was. I think she was kind of within the 32 or so they brought over. But yeah, it was a bit of a surprise.
But do you think with performances like this, she's just knocking at the door?
Oh, definitely.
Budimir was so good in that first half. Got the only try of the first half.
Like you can even tell looking at both lineouts. You know, now Corey is probably putting it up to her now a little bit and giving her that test, but just her athleticism in the lineout is just, it hasn't been matched so far this game.
That's good play from the Clovers. And there's another penalty. I always think they're cheap, but Hughes isn't waiting around. She's gone. And she gets it away to Campbell. To Wall. Wall's powering. She's powering all the way.
Just short.
Just short. Here's Campbell. Here's O'Dowd. Will she edge over? Not quite. Looks like Hogan.
Oh, unlucky.
What a bit of invention there from Hughes. They got the penalty. I just presumed they'd be going to the corner, but she wasn't waiting around. She went off on her bike.
It's just one of those moments you're there and you're just like, I love rugby. Like it's things like that, those breaks, the Ruth Campbell actually being able to keep up with her.
Campbell and Wall, both.
Yeah, both being. It just shows the athleticism of the forwards, which is great to see. You know, it's great to see that they're able to be kind of nearly an all-rounder of a player.
I thought Wall was in. It was just that little bit. She ran out a little bit of gas.
Just a little bit too short, ever so slightly.
And then Hogan was almost over. Brittany Hogan at the end there too.
But it's been the biggest collective break we've seen, I think, in this match so far.
What I've been really impressed with that break was they had the support.
Yeah,
there was people
exactly.
up with them.
They brought them with them, yeah. And I think that's what maybe the Wolfhounds are lacking ever so slightly. Maybe it is that communication.
Maybe the cohesion.
Maybe, yeah.
But then in saying that, they have two centres playing for them that are used to playing with each other with Leinster. So I know each team has their own different combinations and different challenges. But I've been really impressed by the Clovers.
Big time.
And they're putting it on at the scrum here. But they get it out, the Wolfhounds.
I think Wolfhounds have learnt their lesson now and won't be keeping that ball in the scrum for too long.
They're not messing around. And O'Brien. And Corey knocked that one on. No, she hasn't.
Went through the legs, I think.
Here's
in the end,
McInerney.
lucky.
Here's O'Dowd. She's a machine. Here's Campbell.
But again,
Those big long legs causing damage. It looks like the Wolfhounds are on the ropes though a little bit. That penalty came at the right time for them.
yeah, they look just, again, it's one of those things I think, especially once you just come back from half time, again, you need those 5-10 minutes just to kind of settle yourselves, get your groove kind of back again, you know. So, not looking, Hannah O'Connor looks to have injured her wrist, possibly. Again, nothing kind of majorly standing out penalty-wise. It's just been little things kind of here and there, which you see in any sort of.
I think there's a bit of.
rugby.
It's a bit hectic at the breakdown sometimes.
Yeah,
After that big break, they're all eager to get in there. And
yeah. I think again, it's just having that couple of minutes just to kind of settle yourselves.
O'Connor looks in
Yeah.
real pain there. I'd be surprised if she stays on for much longer. The wrist looks to be a bit sore.
I feel like she's one of those that would refuse to go off though unless
A
it's
warrior.
hanging off her.
And O'Brien make sure of touch. But it looks like they're warming somebody up here, the Wolfhounds. I think Katie Whelan might be about to come in. You'd suspect for Aaron McConnell. And Aaron's going to the line now. From the sunny southeast, Katie Whelan, Enniscorthy. O'Connor got up for that, but Campbell was there to
again.
snatch it away. Here's Waldron. O'Driscoll powering her way. McGrath. Toohey. Wall. Campbell. O'Driscoll's really getting
stripped it.
involved, but it's been ripped. Amy Clark, I think it was there, who managed to wrestle it away. Jugang. Whelan's just looking for it. O'Brien. But look at that line speed. Up in
It's
their
what
faces
they've-
straight away.
They've excelled at that, to be fair to them, and they're straight up in set anytime there's any sort
And
of
they're forcing
breakdown.
O'Brien to kick.
Yeah. Do you know? They're forcing the Wolfhounds to clear it.
What a break. Gorman. Wall. She's always hungry. Hungry for work. Here's Waldron. She has support there. Maybe held that pass for a little bit too long.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Just ever so slightly.
I think they had the numbers there. Clovers, if they put it through the hands.
Yeah, they had the overlap, definitely. Trouble here for Anne O'Connor, maybe.
She's still holding that wrist. McCormick is, of course, on the bench, even McCormick, if they need her.
Yeah.
Whelan with the put in. She's already on McCormick. And they're looking for the shove.
Another big push from Clovers, really holding them in there.
O'Brien spots a little bit of space. Here's Corey, sends it back. And she forces the knock on. They're just rattling them a little bit at the moment, aren't they?
They're just, I think even though at the start we were saying that maybe Clovers might be as organised because I felt like they had maybe
a bit more youth.
Yeah, but you know what? They're the underdogs in the story, I think, and I think it's definitely
maybe a bit more development. You look at that half back pairing like of Cronin coming in at 9, usually plays 10, and then you have Dealey playing in that 10 role. We didn't really know what to expect.
Yeah,
and then on the other side you've got O'Brien.
And they've stepped up, in fairness to them. And like you can see, like communication is just so, they're doing that so well, and it's like maybe I don't feel we're seeing it maybe in the Wolfhounds just as much, from up here anyway. But yeah, that scrum, like even you can see the Wolfhounds are trying to just get in and out fast, but like
the Clovers love
they're
it.
holding them. They're holding them, in fairness. Don't even look tired.
It's good to see a bit of a crowd here in Musgrave Park too.
Yeah, and in fairness, they've gotten stuck in. They're not afraid to give their own opinions and whatnot. There's a good buzz around the place.
I don't think I've ever found a rugby crowd that doesn't give their opinions.
Jesus, stop. But no, it's good to see people come out, especially so close to Christmas.
Hughes ready to put this one in. Here comes the shove. The Clovers really fancy it. And they've got the penalty. And they've got the advantage, and they're going to play. Here's McInerney. She managed to keep that one.
And again, Clovers is straight in, straight over that rope.
Hughes again looking for an open door. Here's Tui. She had support on her shoulder, nearly in that 22 now. Here's O'Dowd. Always makes meters. But we're going to go back for the penalty.
Looks like we've got Clara Barrett for the Clovers warming up on the sidelines at the moment. By the looks of it.
Huge props though to the likes of Sive McGrath, Beth Buttimer. I'm blue in the face saying it today, but like I just think the performance for their age, like going up against somebody like Linda Dugang, who's experienced, she's been there, she's done it, to be able to kind of, I'm not going to say dominate her, but to be able to have control in that scrum, it's really impressive.
And it's going to be a massive confidence boost for them, I think, is the major thing. To have them, even for when they come back to AIL, to know that they can hold these players and take these players, when they've probably been idols to them from when they were young. It must be a very cool thing to be able to look up and be scrummaging against Linda.
And a good game from the Ballincollig.
Great game from Michelle, in fairness to her. She's unlucky she didn't get the break there a while ago, but she's definitely, I think, one to watch for the future for sure.
That's really good from Campbell again. And here comes the maul. They got their first try from a maul. Maybe a bit far out this one. But again, it's motoring. It's still going. Maybe Buttimer's about to get her second.
Again, the Wolfhounds seem to be taken by surprise by that maul. Kind of slow into it once again.
They weren't ready for it almost.
At all, no.
And a little snipe from Hughes. And over she goes. A great impact she's made. The Railway scrum half gets the second try of the game and the second try for the Clovers. But it was that maul that did all the damage.
Oh, big time. Like, it looked like they just weren't prepared for it at all. I don't think they expected them to go for a maul that far out. But again, like, the likes of Ruth Campbell being so destructive in that and being so demanding, like, why wouldn't they have gone for it? So I'm surprised the Wolfhounds let them kind of milter them that fast.
Hughes is very aware, isn't she?
She is, yeah.
Of the little pockets of space, the little snipe. She's a classic scrum half in a lot of ways.
I think, again, that comes from experience, and I think she kind of came on at maybe the perfect time. I think they maybe needed that little bit more pep in them just to get them through this half, because again, it's been like as it is low scoring and it has been 50-50, it has been a slog. You know, it's a lot of contact and running that they're kind of getting nothing out of. So to get someone to kind of breathe that little bit of fresh air back into them was probably a good thing.
Not quite. A little bit to the right.
Just caught the wrong side of the boot there, I'd say.
Hughes wasn't in the starting team today, but with a performance that she's put in, like, you'd be ready to put her in, wouldn't you? She's already experienced anyway. But
and I think she's one of those players you can always kind of count on. You know, even though she wasn't starting, she was on the bench. They knew she's the perfect person to have to fall back on if something like was to happen. You know, especially with Cronin coming back from injury. So how is she going to hold out for the entire game? You know, it's good to have that experience coming off the bench.
And Hughes just controlling it. She'll use her own boot with the box kick. And a little bit of hesitancy maybe there from O'Brien not to claim it, but they're playing on. Here's Bean, another player who was part of that WXV campaign. Here's Corrie. They need something, the Wolfhounds, don't they?
They need that
a little
break.
bit of energy.
Yeah. Well,
and here is that break. Here's Wafer. She's looking for support. She can't quite find Katie Whelan, who's a little bit behind her. But we're going to go back for the penalty. I've been really impressed by Aoife Wafer, though. The Wexford woman. She's been really, really hungry, and she's been one of the bright sparks for the Wolfhounds today.
I think, you know what, she's looking for those breaks, and you can see them. She's looking for those gaps. She's playing really good heads-up rugby. But again, the support's just not there for her, like, unfortunately. So you're kind of hoping that maybe if the Wolfhounds do want to have their breakthrough and get their first try, that maybe, you know, seeing that they have that runner will kick them into gear a little bit. Because they were so close there. They were a little bit closer than they were probably in the first half of keeping that cohesion and staying together for that break.
Just inside the 22 now, the Wolfhounds.
Fantastic game from Ruth. I'm almost a little bit sad to see her go off, not going to lie. She's been outstanding.
I think you're going to start the Ruth Campbell fan club.
Oh, appreciation. The Ruth Campbell Appreciation Society.
And look at that from the Clovers. They're able to do the work on the defensive mauls as well. They're just making everything a little bit hard for the Wolfhounds at the minute.
Oh, they're just so
unsettling them.
Yeah, defensively they're just so destructive, and I think, you know, again, I think the communication and their line speed has just been fantastic as well.
And look at that from McGrath. She was working hard there, and they're just disrupting everything.
Just not afraid to get stuck in. Do you know, I think that's kind of the main thing. Like they're
just hungry. They're
big time.
They just want to impress, you feel.
And in fairness to Joy Neville, she's letting them play out. You know, she's not blowing kind of for everything. She's letting them play that advantage, and if it's needed, she'll let them come back, you know.
It does have a little bit of an interpro feel, though, doesn't it?
I actually, and now that you say it, it does. It feels kind of like a kind of interpro final nearly. There's that niggle there, you know, and I think more so from maybe the Clovers, I feel like they're kind of, I don't want to say more in the game a little bit more, but I think there's just a little bit more kind of oomph in them. Now the 2 tries probably help, I think. So the Wolfhounds, I think, need something maybe.
Here's the feed from Whelan.
The Wolfhounds need something to get their stride back, for sure.
And are they going to get something now? Two tries, one in each half for the Clovers. Beth Budimer with the first. And Eliza Hughes with the second. And look at that from Barrett. Here's O'Connor. She tips it on to Delaney.
Just short.
Here's Curry. Can she hit it on that post? Not quite. But Linda Jugang manages to pounce on it. And she gets the Wolfhounds' first try of the evening.
I think it was needed. I think they need a little bit of confidence back injected in them and stuff. It's been a hard slog for them the last 63 or so minutes. So to kind of have something to kind of show for it now, hopefully will give them that little bit of a boost that they can come back swinging. But it just shows
and
the
a
power
nice
of the
conversion for Cohey. Top point score.
Right in front of the post, more or less.
Top point scorer in the AIL this season.
Yeah.
In great form. And it's routine for her. And it's only a 3-point game.
It just shows how level the provinces are at the moment, how evenly matched everything is. I think we always kind of knew this was going to be tight.
And it's only a 3-point game now.
So close, yeah.
Clovers might have got the 2 tries, but with no conversions.
Yeah, it's been nullified fairly quickly.
But that's a good touch finder. Delaney was very good though there. What a performance from Nevo there. Deserves a lot of credit.
Yeah, big showing in the front row. And great to see another Ballincollig native come out of the Cork woman.
That's a good line out. They're going to that maul. It's worked for them before. And it's working again.
Fantastic maul.
Buttermer has it at the back. Wall's involved too. They seem to have the edge in the physical stakes at the minute.
Yeah. And they can work it so perfectly that they're forcing the Wolfhounds to kind of have to wrap around and rejoin.
Tui. Here's McGrath. Beyond her years, so she is. Maybe a little bit. She was a little bit. She wanted those extra meters, and it cost her in the end. Do you think there's more scores in this game?
I hope so, because it's what we want to see. But I don't think. I think they're so evenly matched that I think it's going to be still very, very close. We're 66 minutes in or so.
And the Wolfhounds get a big penalty. And Tui wants to go. Or Wafer wants to go.
Again, she went on her own with that kind of the best call. I know it's what Ailsa did and it's what led to the Clovers second try, but it's maybe little things from the Wolfhounds that they're kind of unsure of or not making the best decisions maybe in so far.
They do have a little bit more energy though.
Yeah, I think, you know, that try there, I think that definitely gave them a bit more pep in their step, for sure.
Whelan puts it in behind. That one's bouncing everywhere.
Now we're back. I think Zhong Yang is down.
We're going back for the penalty.
Might be anything major.
Been an attritional game though, very physical.
Very physical. And I think across the board as well, like you can even see the backs aren't afraid to kind of get stuck in rucks, and they're not just leaving it to the forwards, which is fantastic to see. Could we be looking at a HIA here maybe? I feel like the players coming on are getting younger and younger. Starting to feel maybe slightly old.
Gets that certain point in your life where you realise you're not young anymore. Well, you're kind of in that in-between zone.
Oh, tell me about it. Jesus, 25 years old and I'm like, oh my god, I'm middle-aged now technically.
I know the feeling.
Quarter-life crisis impending. So when you start seeing the 18-year-olds and 17-year-olds come up, you're like, oh my goodness, I'm closer to 13 than I am their age, or 30 than I am their age.
Cahill will go for the corner, and if they score a try here, they're in the lead. We wouldn't have thought that 15 minutes ago.
No, they've definitely found. I think they found their flow. Definitely, I think a little bit. You know, and maybe those couple of changes now have injected a bit more energy kind of back into the game for them.
Delaney been really good today as well. Corey gets up.
Not messing about in that line out anyway.
And they're having a go at them all. They're saying anything you can do. They're showing their power. Are they just short? No, it's over. We had them all try from Bet Buttimer in the first half, and now we have a try for the Wolfhounds.
Great try. In fairness, it was a long time coming for them. I think they deserved at least one majorly physical try, I think. You know, I think that try there about 10 minutes ago definitely lit the fire under them a little bit more.
I think it was Sarah Delaney who got the try. I'm not 100% sure.
Well, look, what's new for her? Tries and debut tend to be her thing.
Yeah. Try on her Irish debut, of course. Cahill knocks it over.
Four points ahead now. I don't think we kind of saw that coming. You know, so soon after.
That's the beautiful thing about sport and rugby.
Yeah,
it's all
100%.
the momentum can swing
so quickly.
Looks like Kayla Waldron is leaving the park. And it's Kate Flannery who comes in. So will we see a little rejig of the Clovers backline? Maybe Dealey will go into that more known kind of winger role with Kate Flannery moving into 10. It'll be interesting to see how they work it.
I'm so excited to see Kate Flannery play. Like, she played so fantastically in the Intros there during the summer when she came on. And just keeping an eye on her in AIL, you know, she's a star in the making, so definitely.
Looks like she's gone into the centre. She's lining up just outside Dealey, so Dealey's going to keep the 10 duties. Flannery has been really good in the AIL this season. With elbows, top of the AIL, of course. Can the Clovers get a score?
Oh,
But that's a huge scrum
huge
from the
shot.
Wolfhounds.
Huge shot from the Wolfhounds there.
And O'Connor takes it away. The pendulum swinging a little bit, isn't
Yeah,
it?
ever so slightly. I think they were maybe caught a little surprised there.
Those were the sort of battles that the Clovers were coming out on top on early on.
Yeah, and I think they may have left it in there maybe a little too long. They allowed that swing.
There's a little bit of kick tennis. Who's going to take that? Here's McInerney, but she's hit hard
Okay.
by Marley.
Big hit.
Now, Hughes again. She's very lively. She's looking for those quick breaks. She doesn't want to wait around. Here's Wall. Here's McGrath.
She's a bit like Craig Casey in that way. She's kind of constantly chomping at the bit. Not afraid to shy, not shying away from any contact.
Flannery.
Chip and chase. Touch. Yeah, touch there.
But a good response here from the Clovers.
Yeah, there. Oh, we've got a
And
yellow
there's
card.
the yellow card.
For Keelan Brady, yellow card.
Yeah, Keelan Brady going to spend the next 10 in the bin. And that'll probably bring us up to the end of the game, I'd say. So that could be her last.
It's a big opportunity now for the Clovers. They really need to kind of kick into gear again. If they can
Wall
get
will
that
be the
mo-
main option in the line now, do you think?
You'd call them all, but I think they're probably expecting.
And Wall does go up.
Oh, it does go up. You think they might have tried something different if the Wolfhounds might have called it?
And they're going to that maul. They're all getting involved. Loads of numbers. There's an opportunity on the blind side. And away they go. The step, the throw back inside.
So close.
Clara Barrett, she was there on the blind side. Hughes called the move early there.
I think it was a good call, but I think she should have taken the contact maybe. I know she was on the brink of touch, but maybe just taking that contact, allowing that reset could have been probably handier than trying to run it in. But another brilliant break, and in fairness, she did have the support there for them, which is really great to see.
But they're still on the doorstep.
Yeah, it's still there for them. But, you know, big scrum would be.
They'll be expecting to get this ball back as well.
Hopeful.
Wolfhounds keeping it in. But they've got a Wafer. Wafer with the big carry. Not messing around. She's powering away. A machine. Look at her go. The legs are doing all the work. She was battling off the defenders there. Pushing them all away. Now all of a sudden the Wolfhounds are on the offense. I was expecting a kick,
Yeah.
but they had another plan. And it was an effective plan. The substitute hooker next is Kahi. Looking for Marley.
Oh, good swap.
Marley
in.
puts it inside. Now the Clovers are in survival mode. This is really good play. Tarpey.
Some great defence though from Clovers.
Jugang. O'Connor will be next to take it up. She beats a couple of defenders. Here's Curry, and Curry goes in for their third try. Emer Curry with try number 3 from the Wolfhounds. All coming in the second half as well,
Yeah,
Aoife.
they've all come alive, I'd say, in the last, 15-20 minutes, I'd say. Do you know, it just shows that maybe now the Clovers haven't made their substitutions maybe early enough, that they're puffing a little bit and just slightly off the mark than they were kind of in that first half. But great spot the gaps there by the Wolfhounds, for sure.
And is it maybe a little bit of fitness, do you think? Did the Clovers burn out maybe?
Just maybe
Or do you
there's...
think- or do you think
Do you know what? I just think it's...
The game plan evolved a little bit?
I think it evolved, you know. I think now, in fairness to Barrett there, Clara Barrett, being the one to kind of take down Wafer there on that break and being not afraid to kind of take her on. I think she had no choice really, do you know. But I think it is. I think it's just the game going on. You know, they've been so tit for tat and 50-50, you know, since they kicked off, like, so.
And Kai's so reliable from the boot, isn't she?
Yeah.
To add
big
those
time, yeah.
extras, they're almost guaranteed. And the Clovers are bringing in the reinforcements. Lily Brady coming in. She scored a couple of tries for Connacht in the Interpros during the summer.
Will this make any difference in the scrum now? Will they be back kind of dominating is the question.
And there's a knock on, so they'll get an opportunity.
I think we always expected it to be close, but I think, you know, from, I'd say, up till half time, I think we were definitely seeing it in Clover's favour.
But 2 halves, I suppose.
Yeah, big time. And in fairness, the Wolfhounds they've found their stride again and come back. And I think that first try in the second half, I think definitely lit a fire under them. That they knew there was something there for them, for the taking.
Well, it was 10-0. It seems so long ago.
Yeah. But no, it's good to see the scores kind of knocking up again, I think, coming in at half time.
But I think it's been a really good advertisement for women's rugby and this competition in general.
It's been a brilliant game, in fairness. It's been such a good game. It's been so level.
That's a good one from the Clovers. Got it to their left winger there, Gorman. One of the fresh substitutes gets involved. They're lining up. Eager. It's Ormond. Here's Brady. Hughes. They're getting closer.
It's there for them. You're kind
Cahill.
of hoping. Closing the stages of the game, you're like, can they just get one more?
Here's Brady.
Big hit from Zhong Yang.
The substitutes making an impact straight away. Here's McInerney.
Pumping those legs.
She needs to look after that ball. She manages to keep it. Here's Wall.
Lucky to keep her hands on
This
that
is
ball
good
there.
D from the Wolfhounds. Dealey goes crossfield. And it's going to jump up.
Brilliant
And
try.
what a score. Clara Barrett. That one sat really well for
Really
her.
well.
But really, that was really good from Dealey to spot that it was on.
The gap, yeah.
The execution,
I think it's
almost
one of those,
inch perfect.
It's one of those times when you have the space out the wing and you know that the pass won't kind of get out there fast enough. You're nearly better off to kind of take that little bit of a Hail Mary kick and kind of hope for the best. And it's the one time I would say the bounce does pay off. And I don't normally say that.
Clara Barrett could have had one 10 minutes earlier.
Yeah,
and
it's great that she gets what she kind of deserves now. You know, and again, great communication that they're able to call from that far in the wing, and that she's able to take that one glance and just send it.
Well, there was a lot of traffic, I suppose, in the middle.
Yeah.
In the middle of the park, so the space was there on the flanks. Dealey, smart enough to spot it, executed the kick well, and that's their third try of the game. Now looking at it, kicks have been the difference.
Oh yeah, 100%. She was just desperately unlucky, I think, with the other two. Hopefully she can make this one now. Just slices
It just
it.
hasn't been her day
Nah.
from the kicking tee. And that's all we have for you. But what a game. 6 tries.
Do you know what?
5 of them coming in that second half.
It's mental. It flew. Do you know? And I think, again, like I said it before, it just shows how well we have our provinces set up. Do you know? And how well, how close they all are.
I would actually go as far as saying that's probably the most competitive Irish women's rugby game I've watched in a long time.
100%. And I think, do you know, that just shows, like, even you saw it during the Interpros during the summer, you know, like, it was so close, and it was down to quite literally the final game, you know, and like, even with, and it was between 3 teams. Like, Connacht could have won that Interpros if, I think, Leinster were beaten or they drew or something. There was some sort of loophole, but it genuinely just shows how close the provinces are.
So
and
it's finished.
This is a massive opportunity for all 4.
So it's finished up here, 21-15 to the Wolfhounds. They're both in action next week, and it's been great to be here with you, Aoife. And thank you all for listening. We'll see you again soon.